What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So this is my first ever tour experience golf round and one of the most challenging and enjoyable rounds I've had this year. Massive shout out to Northview Golf Country Club for putting together an epic event. The Ridge course was such a treat to play. So you got the PGA Tour flags, the scorecards, the Air Canada Championship trophy, and absurdly pure playing conditions top to bottom. Now you're probably wondering what on earth makes a tour experience weekend different from a normal round of golf at Northview. Well, let me tell you. Number one, the greens were over 12 on the stimp meter. We played early morning, so they started a bit slower, but by the time we hit the back nine, they were absolute lightning. Number two, expert level pin placements. I was penalized by the pins more than anything else during this round. And number three, distance. So Northview is normally a par 72 that maxes out at 6,900 yards, and for this round it was a par 71 at 7,072 yards, which is super long for a par 71. So this was my first time playing Northview. It's easily become one of my favorites in the Lower Mainland. You've got tons of bunkers and water throughout the course with 18 unique and very well designed holes. It was so much fun playing this Ridge course. So the goal for me was to try and break 80, but I would have been happy with a break 85 as I knew this would be my biggest challenge yet, which only meant one thing: you better be keeping the ball straight. So if you like this style video, please remember to hit that subscribe button, and I'd love to hear your comments below. If you have played Northview, let me know how you like it. So hole one on the Ridge course is a reasonably wide open par 4. It's uphill, so it plays a lot longer than 432 yards. On this day, we had a tucked pin on that upper left portion of the green right behind that bunker, which would leave a difficult approach shot here. Tee shot, leaked it a little bit to the right, but not in any trouble, just a few yards right of the fairway. Nice fluffy lie, pulling out the 7-iron. Playing that safe to the middle of the green, so we're avoiding the sand. Try and walk away with a 2-putt par. Lower portion of the Ridge here, once again, very fast greens, just trying to get familiar with them. Sent that one about 5 feet past. And a knee knocker to save par. Pretty happy with that. Walking away with par even after one. On to number two, another lengthy, but in this case, very narrow par 4, 424 yards. Opted for driver, played that right, drew it back to the left side of the fairway. Very happy with the drive. The disco stick is feeling good. Little knockdown 8-iron punch with an upsloped lie. Wanted to play that a draw. Did. It kind of moved to that back left side of the green. And then in this case, had another look at bird. Walking away with a 2-putt par yet again. So hole 3 here is another narrow par 4. It plays a lot longer, around 450 yards, but it is downhill. Beautiful circular green surrounded by bunkers. Just want to try to avoid the sand here and hit a really good tee shot. Thankfully, I did just that. Absolutely pumped this drive down the left-hand side. Was thrilled with my positioning and had 168 yards in, which is a pretty standard 9-iron for me. Opted for the 8-iron to get over that bunker, and this was on a string right at the flag. We're gonna slow this down to show how close it was. It was like 1 foot short of getting over that bunker, and now we're in the sand. Difficult downhill lie sand shot with the sloped green away. Sent that way to the back of the green, and just gotta try and get a 2-putt, walk away with bogey here. Leg putt once again long, and look at that thing slide. Absolute breaker, and we're walking away with a double bogey after what could have been a birdie. Moving on to hole number 4 here, a beast of a par 5, playing 590 yards uphill. So 3-shot par 5 all day for me. Just want to try and play this safe, get into that good yardage distance for my approach game, and hopefully get a look at bird. Driver, sent that just left side of the fairway. Once again, very happy with that tee shot. A low punch draw 4-iron, which is just a nice easy layup shot for me to try and get into that good yardage here. 120, 52 wedge. Sent that left side of the green pin high with a slopey putt. Aiming this probably 10 feet high of the hole. Not a great read. Thought it would break a little bit more, but thankfully we're walking away with a tap-in par moving on to our first par 3 of the day, number 4. 210 yards, water left, bunker back and to the right side. I got afraid of the H2O and hit a push 6-iron right of the bunker. Thankfully didn't get a devastating bounce. In a decent spot here, got some green to work with, hit a really good chip, and look at this thing roll. It just keeps going. So we got a fringe putt to try and save par. Thought it was in, left it short, sinking feeling in the stomach. We've all been there, but hey, it's gonna happen. A bogey here, and we're moving on to the par 4 6th hole. Another beast of a par 4, 440 yards with a massive carry over that hazard and a ton of bunkers. Call it Bunker Town. We got a sloped green, a great low punch tee shot here, putting me into kind of that pitching wedge range for my approach shot here. Got the 48 wedge out, yanked it into oblivion, didn't even notice that bunker on the left side, didn't think it was in play, was worried about the bunkers on the right, and gave myself probably the worst shot you could have. So I had to aim the center of the green just so that it wouldn't roll off the front based on how fast and sloped this green was. And another slippery leg putt here down the hill. Pretty happy with that one, walking away with a tap-in bogey. Gotta get off the bogey train. Let's try and get a par or birdie here on this 7th hole, par 5, another beast, 584 yards. So many of these holes were extended with fresh tee boxes that are not typically used, making the course play way longer than normal. So we're set way back in the trees here. Pumped, just kind of high fade to that right side of the fairway, just rolled into the rough. Par 5 is playing long today, so hit a bomb, but we still got a I think the creek's a 240 carry actually, and we're like 260 to the flag. So gonna lay up with a 9-iron out to the fairway here, give a good angle of attack. So yes, opted for a 9-iron layup, which ended up being the perfect club. 8-iron would have got to the creek, which would have been trouble. And 58 wedge was looking really good. Unfortunately, it looks close, ended up being about 25 feet short. So we got a birdie look, but not great. Beautiful setting here at Northview. Look at that waterfall. Humdinger. Birdie putt, looking good, and leaked out to the right. So tap in par, at least it's not a bogey. Moving on to number 8, par 4. Normally you can go for the green, you can see how that sweeps around, but there is a fairly large landing spot and chances are you'll end up in a bunker without the water. So this is normally where you would tee off from on a standard day playing the ridge course. We were set back about 120 yards from that tee shot through this chute. So to take the water out of play, I hit a 4-iron, sliced that into oblivion, and we got a pitching wedge here now over the water, which I thought was great, left it a little bit short, so playing a little bump and run up the hill. Good chip shot here, chance to save par. Hit a good putt, didn't break, so we're walking away with a bogey. Moving on to number 9, a 214-yard par 3, beast of a hole. 4 irons coming out, definitely was the right club. Sent this to the right side of the green, pin high. Not a great look, but should be a par, assuming I can hit a decent leg putt here. Pretty flat green, probably the flattest green so far on this front 9. Good putt, almost dropped, tap in par. We are 5 over, heading onto the back 9. The swing is feeling good. I still am confident we can go low here. 10, challenging tucked green there. Not too long of a par 4, but there's just so much trouble on this 10th hole. You got water off the tee and water right and left. I didn't hit driver here because it would have brought the water left and right into play if I hit it deep. So gapper's coming off, leaves us 205 in with a 5-iron. Sent that just a little bit right over that right side bunker. We got a chip shot here to try and go up and down to save par. Almost drained it. That's okay. Happy with a par there after not playing the hole that great. Moving on to 11. Fairly easy par 3, 160 yards. 9 irons coming out. Just want to, not go long, not go short. It's a relatively narrow green, so really got to find the grass here. Otherwise, you're in some deep trouble. Putt for bird. Left that one short after most of my putts going way long today. So not too thrilled about a short birdie putt, but hey, we're walking away with another par. Moving on to a relatively easy par 5, probably the easiest hole of the course, I would say. 550 yards, number 12 here. Green, once again, fairly small, surrounded by bunkers. Just wanted to play this out to the middle, kind of pull drew it, which actually worked out really well because it cut the corner and left 210 yards approximately in with a 5-iron. This was right at the flag. I thought the flag was a front pin, turns out it was back. So this ended up going off the back into the bunker there. Little stabby sand shot, caught the skirt of the fringe and shot forward. Birdie putt. At least I didn't leave it short. So we got a little tester here for par. Gonna just casually tap that in, try not to overthink it. And the par streak continues, moving on to number 13. Beautiful 415 yard par 4. You got water right, OB left, relatively narrow, just an intimidating tee shot with trouble left and right. And it got to my head. So unfortunate. As soon as I hit that, I knew it was going right. I lined up on the wrong side of the tee boxes. Should have tried to force a draw out of there. But anyways, we're dropping, hitting 3 with a 6-iron here. Kind of pushed this one just to that right side. Got to make up and down for bogey. Hit what I thought was a decent chip up the hill, and it just kept rolling. So we're on the fringe. A tricky bogey save here. And it wasn't meant to be. So another double bogey on the day. You hate 1. You especially hate 2. Let's avoid getting 3. Moving on to number 14. It's a 400 yard par 4 downhill, plays shorter than that. You got water right again, relatively narrow, overcompensated from the last hole with my 4-iron and leaked this one. Got a nice deflection off the tree there, but still a long ways in. 5-iron here from about 215, hit a good shot, just didn't really cut. And I left, once again, probably the hardest chip on the entire course here. Wanted to land it on the knuckle, did exactly that. A perfect shot, and look at this ball roll. It's gone. Off the back of the green, we're chipping back up now after what was literally a perfect flop shot. Pitching wedge, bump and run, sent that, just past. Cannot get back-to-back doubles. Whew. Sigh of relief, making the bogey putt. Let's turn it on here and try and break 80. Number 15, 334, short par 4, birdie opportunity, pin on the right side of the green. So if we hit a gapper to the left side, that's gonna give us a great angle of attack. Boom, exactly what we did. So, got 48 wedge in from 130 here and sent this right at the flag. Hard to tell how it ended up. Get up there, position A, gave the putt a run, and thankfully it dropped. Otherwise we had a downhill tester.
Finally, the monkey is off the back. A birdie, baby.
Moving on to number 16, which is a beautiful par 3, 200 yards, playing less down the hill. 6-irons coming out. Just a little right to the left draw, middle of the green, safe shot, not pin seeking here. Putt for bird. Massive hill to climb and then come back down, and I just hit it as if it was flat. Didn't take into consideration the slope. Terrible leg putt. And lipped out the par putt. A 3-putt bogey. That is not clutch. Ladies and gentlemen, doing that on hole 16 is not how you break 80. So we got to go par 17-18 to try and shoot a 79 here. 450 yard par 4 17th, beast of a hole. Shot this drive to the right side, did not draw back, got caught up in the trees there.
Okay, 200 to the pin, tucked, pretty much an impossible shot. Just gonna lay a 6-iron up over that left side bunker. If it cuts, could be really good or really bad.
6-iron out here, 200 yards, hit the exact shot I wanted, landed it just on the knuckle of the green over that bunker, and of course with a 6-iron that's rolling over. Another bunker shot here, played that to the right side because you're downhill yet again towards water, do not want it to roll off. and it was a good safe shot, but tough par makes for a tough par. So bogey it is. Moving on to 18. We're 9 over, playing a par 71. Essentially need a birdie here, which is a 3. This hole normally plays as a par 5. So we're trying to get an eagle. A drive, a long iron, a putt to win. The pin on this day was back left. I know the drone shot shows it front left, but we're back left. I swung and I hit the ball. Beast of a drive. We're back to some of those first holes. Absolutely pumped that straight into the wind.
Okay, 180 yards. A couple unfortunate misses today, but we're gonna forget about those. Finish with a birdie and a 79, which honestly, anything's around 80, I'm pretty happy with. This course is long today, and these pins have been the hardest pins I've ever played, probably.
Split the fountains, draw it back, get the lean going. You know it's looking good, and then it's short. So we got a lengthy birdie putt up the hill here. Just happy to hit this green in 2, though. It's, you know, not an easy feat. And yeah, kind of legged that putt short. It was looking good off the start, just broke more than I thought. A par putt here to finish off with an 80 on the day. Beautiful golf course. Had so much fun playing in this tour experience. If you ever have a chance to do that and really challenge yourself, I would 100% recommend it. Northview, thank you so much for having me out. Everyone, please remember to hit that subscribe button. More content coming your way, and happy golfing.